Hi, welcome back to the Sweet and Savory Cuisine. In today's video, we'll be showing you how to make Sri Lankan styled marshmallows. And trust me, they're the best marshmallows on the planet. The recipe only has a few ingredients, so make sure to make this at home. Now without further ado, let's get started. In some hot water, you're going to mix together your gelatin. And now we're going to let the gelatin sit for about 10 minutes. Now let's move on to our sugar syrup. In a pot, you're going to mix together your sugar and your water, and you let that boil for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes or so, you should have a clear syrup and it should be very bubbly. And that's when you know your syrup is done. Once our syrup has boiled, we're going to let it cool for about 10 minutes and then we're going to bring it to our stand mixer and pour it into the bowl. Now we're also going to add in our gelatin. Now we're going to beat this for about 10 minutes until it gets frothy. Once it looks frothy like this and there's a bunch of bubbles and it looks milky, we're going to increase the speed so it whips it faster. And now we're going to whip it for about 40 minutes. After it has been 40 minutes, it should look like this. It should look like marshmallow fluff. Now what we're doing right now is separating them into bowls to color them. You don't have to color yours, but we are. You can just leave yours white. We're doing one batch green and one batch pink. Make sure to only add a little drops of the food coloring. You don't want to add too much or it will thin out the marshmallow fluff. Now it's time to line our baking tray with some cornstarch and powdered sugar. You want to make sure you have lots of cornstarch and powdered sugar on hand for this recipe because the marshmallows are very sticky. Now we're going to add our first layer of marshmallows and we're going to even it out once you have poured it in. If you're doing two colors like us, you want to make sure you let the first layer sit for about 5 minutes and then add in your second layer. Again, if you're just doing one color, you can just pour it in, even it out, and let it sit. Once we have added our second color, we're going to go back and add more powdered sugar and cornstarch on top of the marshmallows. And now we're going to let this sit for about 2 hours. After the 2 hours, our marshmallows are now done. We're going to get them out of the tray and cut them into squares. But first you're going to make sure that you coat everything with the powdered sugar and cornstarch. When you're cutting your marshmallows, make sure to also add the powdered sugar and the cornstarch mixture on your knife as well so they don't stick together. And when you cut your marshmallows into squares, you also want to coat that in the cornstarch and the powdered sugar so they don't stick to each other when you store them. And here are our marshmallows in the process. They look so good, and they're the squishiest marshmallows I've ever had. They're so fluffy, they're so delicious, they're so sweet, and they look cute as well. This recipe was super easy and it turned out amazing at the end. So make sure to try it out, and thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye!